essential television.
All right, we've heard about them all. Full30, Keto, DASH, those popular diets may all sound familiar to you, but there is one plan that's getting a lot of attention right now.
Yes, the MIND diet was first published in 2015 by Dr. Martha Claire Morris and colleagues at Rush University Medical Center and Harvard School of Public Health. It is a combination of the Mediterranean diet and the DASH diet. This particular diet emphasizes eating vegetables, berries, nuts, fish, and other brain-healthy foods.
Sounds yummy.
It does, actually.
I
know, I like all that.
Right now, too. And listen to this, it gets even better. There is more evidence that this diet really is living up to the hype. So with us this morning to break it all down and to show you how you might be able to incorporate this into your healthy plan is neurologist and psychiatrist, Dr. Mina Murhome. Dr. Murhome, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for having me. Good morning.
Yeah, so it's interesting. So people on this MIND diet who participated in the study did have a brain boost. So what is it about the foods on this diet that's promoting brain health? And we're curious. I mean, walk us through what a typical day in this type of a diet look like.
Absolutely. This is what's most exciting about the study that was over 14,000 patients over 10 years. There were previous studies, as you mentioned, that looked at this, but it was a shorter duration with a smaller amount of patients. And this, as you alluded to, delicious brain food. You know, if you think for a second, patients ask me, I know that when I put lower premium gasoline in my car, it doesn't run quite the same. Our brain is the same. The higher the quality food, it does not necessarily more expensive food, but more high quality. Green leafy vegetables, grains, you can think of it as grains are good for your brain.
I love that. Greens, grains, good for your brains. Got it. Okay. So is it just the foods in this MIND diet, doctor? What else would you encourage us to do in addition to eating like that to improve our cognitive health?
Absolutely. And as we were talking in the segment before, we all need this. Whether you're coming to the place where you are seeing the risk of neurocognitive disorders like dementia or just day to day, you want to be more sharp in concentration and focus. Food and lifestyle go hand in hand. The choices that we make, those we surround ourselves with, this was part of the study actually that everyone who was enrolled received this nutritional counseling because we all want to eat healthier, but it's not the easiest thing to do. Sometimes we can turn to the quickest decision, but sometimes the more quality food requires some encouragement. We all need that encouragement together in order to make better choices for our food and our mood.
As we're listening to you, doctor, we're also looking at the footage and we're seeing lots of different fish, salmon, filet, flaky whitefish. Is fish high on that list in terms of protein, and are there other proteins available on this diet?
It absolutely is. There were two elements, as you alluded to. This MIND diet looked at the traditional Mediterranean diet as well as the DASH diet, which is to reduce hypertension. And a core element of the protein part is oily, lean protein like fish. And taking a look a little bit at reducing some of the other proteins that we may turn to, like red meat. The other areas that are where we want to reduce a bit of the intake are things like butter or margarine, things like that. But in terms of protein, it's really key because we need that. Oily fish like this, as well as chicken as well, were key parts of this diet in terms of where to get our quality protein.
Looking at that avocado there, it looks so good.
It looks so fresh.
So, doctor, if people are listening to this and they're saying, okay, I want to start incorporating this, I want to start transitioning this, what are the first few steps that you think people should take to be successful at doing this?
I would say two things. The number one thing is realizing that this actually makes a difference. It is so empowering. I have patients all the time telling me, Dr. Murhome, I don't want to just keep taking medicine for everything, and I don't know if any of this is really going to help. But now you've got this large study over a large period of time that's saying, hey, this will really help. This will make you sharper. This will reduce your risk of neurocognitive disorders. So first, believing cognitively that this makes a difference. And then two, making small, sustainable steps. We may not be at a place where we're going to switch out all our fast food all at once for all of this beautiful avocado that we're showing here, but saying, what's one small step I can incorporate into my diet today, and realizing this is me prescribing myself 3 things a day. Yeah. You know, I prescribe medicine as a doctor, but you also prescribe yourself three prescriptions per day of your food. But how do we make it sustainable, slow and steady is the key.
I love
it.
that. Prescribing healthy food for you yourself. That is awesome. Dr. Mirham, this has really been not just eye-opening, but really inspiring. It inspires us to want to be healthier.
Sure. I mean, it's an anti-inflammatory
Yeah.
diet, so it impacts not only the brain, but your entire body. So it's wonderful to see, and I'm glad we're having this conversation.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Well, coming
Thanks
up
for having me.
today, sure, Saturday Night Live has announced its 50th